Hello, it's Brenda. It is October 24th. We are counting down to Halloween, and it is 1 o'clock in the morning. I apologize for my raspy voice. I am battling a sinus infection, but hopefully it just makes me sound spookier. So 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock is sometimes known as the witching hour. So this is kind of perfect. We're going to talk about the Ouija board. I always said Ouija board, but I think it's really Ouija board. I actually had one of these when I was like 8 years old. I got it for Christmas. And I mean, you can buy them in the toy section as just a regular board game. So why does this scare people so much? Or not just scare people, intrigue people. Well, you probably know. Many people believe it to be a way to communicate with the other side. And I would love to hear your thoughts on that. Do you believe that this simple board is a means to communicate with the dead? Here's what I think about it. I think, yes, you can use this absolutely to communicate with spirit. But I don't think that it's so much about this board or this planchet. I think it's more about the intention behind it. I think really you could use anything. It's about, to me, it's about your energy and your intention that you are seeking out to speak with spirit. And I think that you can do that using really anything or nothing. But maybe this is just kind of neat because, it has yes and no and letters, and you can ask it questions and it could spell things out. So yes, I do believe that you absolutely can use this to speak to spirit if you chose to. Here's where I kind of don't believe. I don't believe that you have to have all these rules around it, right? So if you read up on it, you hear people, don't play it by yourself. Well, we're breaking that rule tonight. And, you got to say goodbye. Don't put it away without saying goodbye. I've even heard like when you pack it away with crystals and all of this other stuff. And you can't throw it away. You have to, I don't know, bury it or something. I don't believe all of that. But maybe I'm wrong. They say don't use it if you're tired. Well, I'm tired. I'm a mom. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm tired. Don't use it if you're sick. And don't use it alone. So we're going to break a few rules. The thought is all of those things that I just said, being alone, being sick, being tired, can make you vulnerable. So that maybe spirits that are not so nice or not so kind, even dark forces, can kind of take advantage of you or cling to you. Because your defenses, your immune system, everything is weakened, right? So that's kind of, I think, the thought process behind that. I don't mean to laugh, okay, because people like genuinely believe this, and I really respect everybody's beliefs. However, the other issue that I find a little bit like, come on, no, with this is that, people say, oh, well, it'll like spell random things, right? If you've ever done this at a party or in a group of people, sometimes like it spells like the most nonsensical things. And then I've heard, well, you just got to kind of figure out what it's saying, or maybe in other words, it would spell like, I'm trying to think of an example now, like maybe for like kill, instead of like Kill, maybe it'll spell like Kyl, it's something, right? And then I've heard like, oh, well, you just got to kind of like interpret it because, the spirits are bad spellers. Why? Why? If like dear old Uncle Henry could spell when he was alive, why wouldn't he be able to spell when he's dead? I mean, don't you get like smarter? Like when you leave this plane and move on? I don't know. That's just, to me, I'm like, they can't spell? Like, why? So that always makes me feel like, I actually was reading this really interesting study, and again, like I do believe that you can speak to spirit using like this or using anything else. But I was reading this article that was saying that oftentimes when people are using it, it's their subconscious that is kind of making them move it around. That's possible. That's possible because except in the movies, I have seen people use this many times. I've used it a bazillion times. I'm not sure that I've actually ever seen it used where it spells random things on its own or can answer a question that at least somebody in the group sitting together didn't already know the answer to, if that makes sense. And I know people are going to come at me and people are going to say that's not true. I was at this party and this horrifying story happened, or it spelled out like this whole thing and like none of us knew that and we found out later that it was true. And that is absolutely possible. I'm saying from my experience, I've not seen that happen. But you never know. And also in the movies, right? Like people are using it and it's like going ballistic and like people let go and it's still like spelling stuff out. If that's ever actually happened to you, please comment, please message me if you don't want it like public, inbox me, do something, right? Because I've never seen that happen. So I think my feeling is that if it is truly a spirit who is using it to contact you or to connect with you, I absolutely think it is us as humans moving it around. But I think that maybe they are guiding us to move it. It's certainly us, right? There's no way, it's not like it's moving on its own. You're definitely moving it. But I've used it and I have felt like almost like an energy, right? Like kind of forcing me to go in a certain direction. So like honestly, like actual like energy, force. I can actually feel it, right? Making me want to move it in a certain direction. So I think that's how it works. Maybe like spirit kind of guides you, right, to what it needs to do. Or maybe it's the subconscious. That is always a possibility. It would be sad though, because then it would take away everything I've ever believed in. So tonight, here we go. I have read a bazillion times that, you know, if you use it by yourself, like a demon can like come and invade you, which would be really sad because like we just bought this house. So if I like got invaded by demons, like I think my family would be really upset with me. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think we're safe. I don't think anything's going to happen. I think I'm sick. I think I'm tired. I think I'm alone. And I think nothing's going to happen. So are you ready to test it? I would like to put the lights out. I even got out my candles for some like ambiance. But then realistically, if I put the light out, you're not going to see the board. So, and I think only in the movies you have to do all that anyway. So here we go. I'm going to tilt the screen down so that you can see it. And then we are going to call out to spirit. We're going to see what happens. We're not going to say goodbye. We're not going to, I don't know, throw salt on it. Is that even a thing? We're not going to put crystals in the box. We're not going to do anything. And then we're going to sit and we're going to see if I get possessed or if demons start running through my house. Okay. Oh, and then in case it doesn't happen tonight, but like I wake up like tomorrow and my house is suddenly extremely haunted, which I actually, no, that's a whole other video. Which I actually did hear something the other night. That's another whole video. I'll do that one, but I don't think it was a demon, so I think we're okay. All right, here we go. Breaking the Ouija rules. Here we go. Is anyone here that would like to speak to me? Is anyone in this room that would like to communicate with me tonight through this board? Does anyone want to speak to me tonight? Breaking another rule because you're not supposed to take your hands off of the legend thing. I don't hear anything. I don't see anything. Try one more time. Is there anyone here that would like to speak to me using this board? I don't hear anything. I don't see anything. I read too. I don't know why I'm whispering. If you look through this, you're supposed to be able to see a ghost. Have you ever seen that or heard that? Can you imagine if I did? I would just die right here on camera. This is your last chance. Does anybody want to speak to me tonight? Well, I don't think anything's going to happen. But we are going to put it away without saying goodbye, right? We're not going to run the little thingy over it and say goodbye. We're going to pack it away just like this in its box. And I will update you in another video and let you know how things are going. And we did have a little weird thing that happened the other night. So I'll also talk about that sometime this week because it's Halloween week. So I hope you enjoyed it. Maybe you can do your own experiment and let me know. Hopefully I'm not being too confident and like crazy things happen when I go to bed because I will actually start crying. And if you do your own little experiment, let me know how it goes. And I will see you in the next video. So thanks for watching. Make sure that you subscribe and like this video so that, or dislike it, but that would really make me sad so that I know that you enjoyed it. And that's it. Let me know what you want to do next. Maybe we can debunk something else. Look for the Spook Hill video that's down there somewhere. And we debunked that one. I do not believe that one was haunted. And I'm not a naysayer. I totally believe in the paranormal. But that, I believe that we completely debunked. And I'm not debunking the Ouija board at all. I'm debunking that I don't believe that you have to have all these crazy rituals in order to use it. Because think about it. If by nature we can communicate with the other side, which is what I completely believe. I believe all of us can. I do believe some people are more sensitive, some people are more open, but for the most part, I think every single one of us can communicate with the other side. We just may not know that we can. So if that's the case, and I would guess we have always, as humans, been able to, then there wouldn't be all these crazy, weird rituals around doing it. You would just be able to do it. So I do think that this is kind of a fun and useful way to communicate, but I think that there's all kinds of ways that you can, whether it's just meditating, just talking like you're having a regular conversation. I think some people, use things like this or automatic writing or, just all kinds of different things. And I don't think that you have to have, this long list of ritualistic things to go along with it, right? So I don't know what I've said right like after every single sentence tonight. I'm not sure what that's about. I don't know. So thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye. Goodbye.